As I mentioned, I think the taxpayers of this county, given the amount of money they've already thrown in this, should be allowed to vote on whether any more money is thrown. I dispute that very little money is going to be thrown in this time, because when you sell real estate for cash, the owner gets the money and can do whatever he wants with that money. In this case, we sell it for cash, and it is demanded we go put the money back into the PEG project. So that is money that should be going to the taxpayers that isn't. It's going to PEG for infrastructure. Then there's several other areas that require the county to spend money in this transaction, and that's why we're asking for a public accounting for the taxpayers, so we know exactly how much money is accruing to not only the county but CCU in regard to these documents. And the other thing that was not mentioned here once was the major risk of this transaction, and that is the commercial real estate building industry is currently operating at a cycle peak. And this, you were all complaining that that's what happened to us the first time. The recession hit, boom, what happened? Our money was in the project. The values of property plunged. All the development stopped everywhere in this country almost, and we got stuck for 130 whatever million it was. So we're at the same conditions right now that we were in 2006 and 7 before it blew. And in the last 2 months, it isn't just me saying this, it's the Federal Reserve saying this. In the last 2 months, they have advised their member banks that commercial real estate asset values are nearing unsustainable bubble levels, and commercial real estate vacancy rates are now rapidly rising. Therefore, the Fed has asked the member banks to cease making construction loans for new real estate commercial projects. And on top of that, the stocks in the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ and everything that have total reliance on the commercial real estate market have been plunging in value. All the heavy construction equipment business companies' stocks are down. Home Depot, Whirlpool, who sells a lot of consumer products to new construction homeowners, boom. The lending people's stocks are going down. So the investors understand that we're now at a peak again in this industry, and they are bailing out because they are afraid. The Fed's afraid, and so I don't believe this group has done any risk management analysis at all, because if you had, you would have found out what the conditions of this industry are in, and you would have maybe postponed doing this deal. Our concern is that if we put our money into that infrastructure, and during that time, let's say we got 5-6 million in it, and all of a sudden the recession hits, and you know, the economists are saying that this recession coming up will be worse than the last one because there's more bubbles going on. So I suggest that we move very carefully, because if we get in this deal and we have money in that project and the recession hits, and I want to just tell you, Sid Kitson, a very good real estate developer, was going to file bankruptcy in the last recession, and he got bailed out by $100 million private investment out of Chicago to save him. So there is no developer that I know of, and I've lent to a lot of them in my commercial banking days, that is immune from a major recession. And so that's my concern. Thank you.